Do it again.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world.
You're listening to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Don't try and church it up, son.
You can't handle the truth.
I am big. The picture that got small.
Your first one's on us.
Hey everybody, you're watching Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. I'm your host, Mark Riccadonna, and with me as always,
Richie Byrne.
I got the point right. I'm so excited.
The very red Richie Byrne. Look at that.
Yeah, you look like Jack McGee from Rescue Me.
You're a son of a bitch, Mark Riccadonna.
Yep, I couldn't remember.
Before we went on the air, what was that show about the fireman? And I said, rescue me. I don't even know who Jack McGee is, but that was funny.
He's the guy who looks exactly like you.
I don't.
Our producer Souljoel is with us. He is backstage because he's going to be fielding some questions in the live comment section, and he's also going to be doing some extra stuff for us. But today we have a very special episode. This is a very special guest.
We say that all the time, but this time we really mean it.
This one, it actually is a very special.
Yes.
But before, should we bring out the guest or go right to the joke? What do you? Your call, Richie.
Let's bring the guest. Let's go
bring him. Yeah, I'll let you introduce him. You guys are close.
We are close. This is the man who nominated me for the Friars, and he's just an amazing guy. All of Long Island knows this guy and loves him. All of Manhattan knows him and loves him because he's the doorman at Gotham Comedy Club on 23rd Street, one of the best comedy clubs in the world, if not the best. And he went through he had a little problem, and he was dealing with the coronavirus. And he's doing better. He's still in the hospital, and we're thrilled to have him. Give it up, Mr. Jimmy Cannizzaro, right here.
He is in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Sitting ovation. Nice. I like it.
Look at you.
Buddy, you look better than what I thought we were gonna see. I thought we were gonna see you on in the bed with the whole, maybe like a bubble boy breathing apparatus on top of you.
I have one of those. Look, I got this thing. I gotta mess around. It's like a little bong.
I was gonna say, don't lie to me. That's a bong.
Yeah, we know what's going on in that hospital, Jimmy.
Hey, Richie.
Yeah,
Richie, what's going on with your face there, bro?
It's a little red. It's very odd that you look healthier than me.
Yeah, you should change your name to Windburn.
Wow! Right out of the gate, Jimmy. No, I'm working on a new. I've been working from my phone like you did. I've been doing it on my phone, and because my computer didn't have the capabilities for this live streaming.
Right.
And today they sent me, Joey, our producer, Joey St. John, sent me a computer, and for whatever reason, the camera isn't that great on it, so I look like I'm having a stroke.
No, I think the camera's actually good.
Yeah, you look like you look like you tied your laces on your shoes like 2 hours ago.
And it's very odd. This camera makes me look like I'm red. And it makes me look like I'm overweight. I don't know what that's about.
There you go.
I know. In real life, he's svelte. He's
svelte. Now, Jimmy, we have a lot to talk about with you. But before we start, we do this thing because the name of the show is Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. We start with we talk about what drink we're having, and then we tell a street joke. Usually, the guest tells a street joke. I don't know if you were warned of this.
I was not.
Then we go into the story. So I want to start with my drink in honor of you, Johnny Black. But the reason it's in honor of you, I want to show you this. I had this on the other day. You probably can't see that. This is the gift from your wedding.
Ah, all right.
And I'm drinking it's yours and Jenna's wedding gift. So
look at Richie kissing the guest's ass.
I love this man.
No,
I love this man. And Mark, what are you drinking, Marcus?
I'm going with a little old school Jack and Coke.
Nice. And Jimmy, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking ice water, man.
There you go.
I got ice water in my hospital cup.
Well, hopefully soon we can get together and throw a few back.
That would be nice, man. I can't wait to have a nice Maker's Mark on the rocks, my friend.
There you go. I'll buy the first one. You buy all the rest, but I'll buy the first one.
Invite me. I'll buy the second one.
So, do you have a street joke, or you want us to tell one?
A street joke?
Yeah, any kind of joke.
I got a joke, maybe. I don't know. Well, I'll try this one out on you. All right. So my brother-in-law is a state trooper, and he tells me that he won't give you a ticket as long as you blow him. And I go, dude, that's disgusting. I go, you're married to my sister. Just give me the ticket.
I was on hold this afternoon, and this is when you know the times are changing right now. I was on hold forever with USAA. I had to call them about something with my insurance. And when the lady finished dealing with the insurance problem, she goes, "Do you mind if I tell you a joke?" I go, "No, I would actually love it." And it's a cute joke. This is when you can tell the kids. She goes, "How come a chicken coop only has 2 doors?"
How come?
Because if it had 4, it'd be a chicken sedan.
Oh. Yeah.
Come on, it was an insurance person.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Richie's holding this insurance agent up to his standard of comedy.
Yes. So
you'll be working the small room.
Jimmy, you're doing much better, obviously, and thank God. We've all been praying. We've been talking about you every day on the show. Everybody on Facebook's been talking about it, and I got to tell you, when I woke up a few days ago and had a text, and I thought it was from Jenna.
Right.
And I even wrote, "Is this Jenna?" Because I didn't have your number. I don't know why I didn't have your number in my phone. And you said, "No, it's Jimmy," and that just made me so happy, bro. It made me so happy.
And then I decided, I go, "What the hell? You holding your phone? I'm holding my phone. I figured I'd just call you."
He called me. Yeah, he called me. It was great. So so you went through the shit, my friend.
Yeah, if you want to go through the timeline a little bit.
Absolutely. I think
before we say it, there is a great article in Patch written by my friend Lisa Finn, who did a great article all about what Jimmy went through. So go read that. It's on Patch. And you're gonna be on NBC Nightly News tonight also, right?
Yeah, I'm supposed to do something with Lester Holt at about 6:45 tonight. So
we won't hold you.
I'm glad we got the scoop. We got the first.
Yes, we did.
Absolutely.
So when did this all start, Jimmy?
I'll tell you, I was not feeling good around the 6th of March.
Wow.
That was a Friday. Saturday was the 7th. My wife and I went out to see a band, and we hang out normally late, but it was early, and I had a glass of wine, and then all of a sudden, something started coming over me like a ton of bricks. And I just looked at her. I go, "We have to go." She goes, "When?" I go, "Right now." I started getting the shivers, the shakes, achy as hell. No. We went home. I went right to bed. I woke up the next day feeling like dog meat, But I thought it was just the flu. I didn't think about so I figured, let me ride it out. I got some Theraflu. I figured I'd self-medicate, try to get through it.
This is Sunday now, the 8th.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Well, I went all the way to Friday. Friday, I really felt like crap. So I went to the walk-in clinic, and the doctor there took one look at me and goes, you got coronavirus. I can tell you that right now. I was like, really?
Wow.
So she took x-rays of my lungs, and her words, she goes, "Your lungs are garbage." I was like, really? She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You better go to the ER right now." So I went to the ER, and they looked at my x-rays, and they go, "You're fine. Go home." I was like, really? They go, "Yeah, go home. You're fine."
Wow.
They're like, "Relax." They said, "Hydrate. Usually nebulize you if you need it, but you'll be fine." So then Sunday came around. I was not fine. I woke up with 102 fever, shivering, shaking, and now I can't breathe. So I went to the hospital again, and as soon as we walked in, they went to triage, and they admitted me right away. Boom, put me in isolation right away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what? I mean, I wonder why that doctor knew, but the ER was like, "Nah, you're fine. Go home."
Yeah. Well, it's an ER doctor, and they were very busy, so I think they were just happy to get me out of there.
Yeah.
And at the time, though, I think my temperature was like 99. So I think she felt like if you don't have a big temperature, you'll be okay. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you went into the hospital. This would have been when now?
Sunday.
Sunday the 15th.
Sunday the 15th.
And I saw in the article that they brought you in, and then went over to Jenna, your wife Jenna, and was just like, "Yeah, you can't even see him."
Yeah, what happened was we were just the two of us sitting in the waiting room, and then they called me. So I went up to the counter. I didn't even say anything to Jenna. I was like, "All right, good. Let me go see what they want." I go up to the counter. They put me in triage. They put me in a wheelchair, and they wheeled me into isolation. I had to call her. I go, "I'm in." I go, "I guess I'm in." I didn't get a chance to even say goodbye to her, man.
Wow.
Oh, God.
And obviously she had to go home and
yeah. So she went home.
She had to be scared. She had to be scared that, you guys are in constant contact, so it's just a matter of time for her to get it.
Yeah, well, she did get it. She luckily she got a mild case.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she definitely got it. And she, she just self-quarantined for 14 days. And, she's good now. She's out. She left the house today for the first time in 14 days. So.
Wow.
So so she feels good.
Now, where did you guys go to see the band?
This place called Swing 46. There's a horn band. Yeah, there's a horn band called City Rhythm Orchestra. And they play with my wife all the time. So
nice.
It's fun, man. Like a 5-piece horn band. They're great, man.
That's awesome.
Believe it.
So I gotta know.
What bar are you
music. Yeah.
Where
was
were
I
you
there recently?
So Jimmy, you said in the article too that you had gotten a phone call from a friend, a musician, saying, "Hang in there" and all, and then he has now since passed.
Yeah, what happened was on Facebook.
Is this the guy who wrote "I Love Rock and Roll"?
No, not him. No, not him. I didn't know that guy, but yeah, he passed away too.
Yeah.
No, this guy Lou, he used to, he's a guitar player, played with a lot of bands, and then when I got sick and my wife put up the thing on Facebook, I had like 1,000 people chimed in, and he was one of them. And he was like, "Hey, Jimmy, hang in there, man. We're all pulling for you." I was like, "All right, cool. Thanks, Lou," And then I found out that he got the virus, and within 4 days, he was gone. He died.
Wait, were you guys talking about Kirk Yano?
No. It's a friend of mine, Lou. He's a good guy. He's from Queens.
Wow.
He's good. He plays with Godfrey Townsend a lot. You know Godfrey Townsend, yeah.
Yeah.
He plays with him.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you?
Yeah, that was really sad when I heard that. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Now you were saying that you went in that Monday through Thursday was horrendous for you.
Yeah, the Sunday I went in. Monday was bad. Tuesday was horrible. Wednesday was pretty bad because now I can't breathe hardly at all, and I'm nonstop coughing, so I can't catch my breath. And when you cough like that, you're gonna pass out. I felt like I was gonna pass out.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then Wednesday at about 2:00 in the morning, I hear next door in the next door room. There's a whole bunch of noise going on and things banging, and I hear them yelling at whoever's in there going, breathe, 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 and turned out the guy passed away. The guy died.
And he had coronavirus too?
Yeah, oh yeah. Everybody on this floor had it when
That must have been awful.
Well, yeah, here I'm thinking I'm going to die, and I see everybody on the news that's dying, and the guy next door, I go, all right, I guess I'm next.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, man.
You were on the hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, on Tuesday and Wednesday, they put me on the hydroxychloroquine. Thursday morning, they switched me.
Wait. I want to stop you real fast. For people like me who have been avoiding media as much as possible, what is that? Exactly?
Hydroxychloroquine is a drug that helps malaria. They use for malaria.
It's the malaria.
Yes,
for malaria patients.
and they just started last week. Jimmy actually is way ahead of the time with this because last Tuesday or Wednesday or so they started giving it to patients in New York, mixed with a Z-Pack with Zithromax.
Right. And just the regular, just the chloroquine, and they gave that to me Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon, and Thursday is where I really thought I was going to pass out.
Tell them what you told me. You thought you were going to die that day.
Yeah, I called my wife and told her I loved her, and she's like, no, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I was like, I'm telling you, it's like the room was closing in on me. Wow. I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't stop coughing, and I said to myself, I'm one coughing fit away from lights out, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought I was done.
Wow.
As it turned out, I went to sleep. I woke up about midnight, and I had the two doses. I think it was 1,000 milligrams I had of the chloroquine in me, and I woke up at midnight, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel so bad. The aches and pains are going away. You know, I still was having a hard time breathing, but I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning. Now the breathing's getting better, you know? Here goes my dinner.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
I thought we were going to get to watch you get a shot in the ass.
Yeah. Lucky you come just in time for my sponge bath.
We are.
I think 10 years ago and 5 years ago, Carol Montgomery brought this up to me, our good friend Carol. I think we actually got that shot when we went to Africa. We got some shot before we left. She told me to look because I still have the shot records, but I have no idea because we just moved. But I still have them somewhere.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if I'll be like the Omega Man. I'll be able to walk through town without getting it.
No. Now, but my question is, they've been talking about that, and I don't know, and maybe you don't know. I mean, I know nothing about this, or very little. They've been saying hydroxychloroquine, but that didn't really work for you, and then they gave you chloroquine, which is different, I guess. I mean, I don't know what the difference is, but
I don't know either. You know, they gave me a bunch of material on it, and I was like, I don't need to read it. It's working. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's working, man.
Yeah, because I know fantastic. Dr. Oz is very high on it, and you said you saw. He's been talking about. I sent him I sent him that stuff you wrote on Facebook. We'll
right.
Because
when I was watching him on the news, and I'm like talking back to the TV, going, yeah, it works, brother. I'm telling you, it works.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Now listen, if anybody's out there watching this, don't take any medication without consulting your physician, please. Just don't, because I don't know if you know, Jimmy, a guy in Arizona ate fish tank cleaner because it had hydroxychloroquine in it or something that looked like it, and he died. It
was actually a liquid. It was like a jug of it, and he was like, "Really? How do you think that's what it is, man?" You know,
I can't. So we're not saying this is the be all end all. We're just telling you what happened with Jimmy. And
again, I'm not sure if it's going to happen with everybody.
Right.
You know, everybody's body's different. Right. Everybody who has the coronavirus, it's acting differently in everybody's body. It's weird, you know?
Yes, it is.
I mean, mine, I tell you what, the problem I have with mine is from the disease, it turned out I end up having bilateral pneumonia. So both of my lungs were pretty much full of fluid.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's how it attacks you, the coronavirus, from your lungs. Mm-hmm. What happens is it fills up with so much gunk that you can't breathe and you suffocate. That's really how you die.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you think you caught this on the subway? Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just think it's everybody's on top of one another and everybody's grabbing handrails and
I mean just doing this and then grabbing the rail.
That's all it could take. Somebody wipe their nose and grab the handrail.
But you also work in a job where you're around people all the time. So
yeah, I know. I mean, it could have been anything. You know, nobody knows what it is. Could have been anything.
Listen, Jimmy, Chris Roach said he really needs to know what's underneath that robe.
A whole lot of flesh, my man.
It's man meat.
There's a lot of me under here. By the way, I love Christopher, and he's very kind. He's wrote some nice stuff on Facebook, man. Yeah. That guy is he's the ultimate gentleman, man.
Well,
he is.
But no, shout out to Chris Roach, who always says he's going to do this show but never comes on.
Yeah, he can tune in, but he won't be a guest.
Hey, I tell you, when I saw you guys in Staten Island, man, that was a great show, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a great night. St. George Theater in Staten Island back in May.
Yeah, man.
So sweet of you and Jenna to show up. I headlined a show. Chris Roach was on it. Mike Keegan was on it, and Joel was the host. And we had a great night. We had about 400 people in the theater. And Jimmy and Jenna came in from Brooklyn, and that just touched me so much that you guys came in for that.
Oh yeah, well, we had little airplane bottles of Jim Beam. We needed to drink them somewhere.
I love so much that not only you work with comedy in your day job, but you went out to support comedy.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly right. I did that. I did that one time. Judah Freelander was in Brooklyn, which is at Union Hall. It's like right across the street from where I live. So I go in and go see him. He looks at me and goes, Jimmy, what are you, a glutton for punishment? You come to see comedy when you're not working? I go, dude, you're in my neighborhood. I had to come say hello, man.
I do that a lot. Whenever, I live right near Governor's and Brokerage. So I'll look, if I'm off, I'll look and go, hey, who's playing? And, because a lot of times you don't get this. Well, for you, it's different. You do get to see people because you work. Right. But, I'm on the road. Who's on the road? You never get to see your friends, So
let me tell you something. I love the people at Governor's, man. John and those guys, man.
Oh, yeah.
My God. That's a great room. They got great comics, and they couldn't be any nicer, those guys, man.
No, they're they're great people. They're great people.
Yeah.
They're great people. And you work for a great person. Does this look better with the light on? I think it does.
No, you look like you have my grandmother's hairdo.
I know. Well, I didn't put gel in my hair. Every Monday, I'm going to try and show how long my hair is getting. So.
No burn.
But you work for one of the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. Chris Mazzilli's been he calls me every day. He's like, don't worry about anything. We got you. Yeah, he's like family. He's awesome. I love that guy, man.
Now I've known Chris Mazzilli since we were open micers together. And people always go, what? Because they don't realize Chris used to do stand-up.
Oh yeah. But his goal was always to have a great home for comics, man.
Even back in the day, he goes, someday I'm gonna have my own club, man. I'm gonna have my own club. You know what I get? You know what I think is great? And I told him this. Not only does he have his own club, and not only is it like one of the top clubs in the world, he built it himself. He didn't buy a club that was already there.
Right.
And just add on to it. He started Gotham from the ground up and made it work. And I'm so amazed by that. I think it's really, he's just so impressive. And
as far as comedy clubs go too, it's beautiful, man. It's clean, it's gorgeous. He's meticulous. Like if a light bulb is out, you got to change it right away.
Right.
He's just like Nona Byrne.
Yeah, exactly.
Scrubbing them floors.
As a matter of fact, a few years ago, I did the Richie Burns show there, Mark. And we had a sketch that we were going to throw Jimmy into. Jimmy's wife, Jenna, was actually a cast member at that.
Yeah, Jenna was in the show, yeah.
She was amazing. Such a great singer. If you ever get a chance to go see Jenna, she's amazing. Jenna Esposito is just tremendous talent. Go see her. Jimmy will probably be there. Always,
man.
So we wrote this sketch, and I put Jimmy in it, and he rehearsed that day, like the day I didn't because he was so good. And the funny thing is the sketch sucked. I don't know what. And I knew the sketch was going to bomb. And I sucked in the sketch. But I kept going, well, I know Jimmy's going to be funny in it. That was like the thing that got me through. And then they ended up starting the show late, and they had another show. So they're like, you have to cut something because you're going to run too long. So we cut that sketch.
Yeah, yeah.
Really bad.
Well, you remember what happened that night, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What happened was there was not supposed to be a show after yours, but Sebastian Maniscalco was in town, and he goes, "Hey, man, how about if I do that Wednesday night?" He goes, "The 9:30 spot." And they're like, "Yeah, man." So we had to get you, and you guys had like wardrobe all over the place.
Oh, and it was the funniest thing because I'm like, wait a minute, there's a show after us? Because our show's just crazy. I mean,
right.
We did the Christmas version that time in Pennsylvania at Joel's place. And you know how it is. You know, theater. It's not comedy, guys. It's a lot more than,
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is what's his name showed up?
Lenny Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz showed up. So that caused pandemonium. So then you have Lenny Kravitz, people trying to get to Lenny Kravitz. And then meanwhile, you got all these people trying to get into the place.
Right.
For Sebastian. And I think Seinfeld showed up. So
yes, Seinfeld and his wife showed up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh my God.
It was a fun at one point. Because Chris Mazzilli came over to Jake's next door. I was having a party over there, and he came over and he's like, "This is on me, okay? This is on me." And it was so great of him. He goes, "I thought I could make this all work because we had to cut the show in half.
Yeah.
We could do, And he was just so great. And he's such a good guy. And when I read that he calls you every day, it didn't surprise me at all.
Well, the thing is you can tell the club and you can tell how good it is just from the top down. It all comes down because he not only is a great club owner, but he also hires all of you guys who have personalities that fit under the umbrella. So when you walk in there, there's a theme and a feeling and a thing that comes over you that even not as a performer, but even just as an audience member, just at the Christmas party, you walk in and you realize you're in this space and this is how you act. Yeah.
That's a great thing he does every year. The holiday party is always phenomenal, man. And people, everybody shows up. Gaffigan's always there, and it was cool. By the way, Jim Gaffigan sent me a nice message, man. Yeah, he sent me a nice message. I got everybody, all you guys. Jim Brewer sent me a video of him, talking about me and stuff. Yeah, it was very cool. The comedy community definitely stepped up. It was very cool.
And I heard you got a call from another pain in the ass comic.
Who's that?
Your ex-wife.
Yeah, my ex-wife called and yelled at me, so that's always good.
For those who don't know, Jim used to be married to Lisa Lampanelli, and she called. Still good friends.
She calls me and she goes, "All right, get out of the bed, you lazy fuck, and go home."
So caring and gentle.
Yeah, she's a real Florence Nightingale. That one.
Yeah, I said to her, I would expect nothing less. Now I feel a lot better.
She missed her calling. She should have been a nurse.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, right.
World War II.
Yeah, Nurse Ratchet.
Oh my God!
Shout out to Lisa. Love you, Lisa. Don't get mad. Anyway, Jimmy and Jenna nominated me for the Friars.
Yeah, it was, and your boss showed up, which was cool.
Yeah, the night, Mark, I got to tell you this story. And Jimmy, I never told you this, but I knew what you did. We had the night I got inducted into the Friars. They induct a lot of people,
right?
And I called, and they were saying we need to know how many people you're going to have come. And I was like, at first I said 30. I had 30 people that were going to come.
Right.
And Giuseppe's like, I didn't even know him at the time. He goes, "Come on, don't screw around. Who you really got? How many you got coming?" And I go, "No, 30. He goes, "You can't have 30 people." And he goes, "No, you paid for this." So I'm like, so I think I dwindled it down to like 10 or 11. Right.
Oh, okay.
So I had a couple of friends. My brother was there, his wife, and my friends, and Jimmy and Jenna are at the table. So now the bill's, it's my bill, Mark. The bill goes to you, right?
Yeah.
So all my friends and family are ordering top shelf everything. Everything. I mean, surf and turf and, shrimp cocktail and blah, blah, blah. And at one point, Jimmy, I just hear Jimmy's got the menu, and I hear him go, you know what? I think I'm in the mood for just a burger tonight.
Yeah.
I knew you were doing that because you knew that my bill was going to be through the friggin' roof.
Yeah, everybody else is ordering filet mignons and everything. I was like, Jesus.
I mean, everybody's ordering the Clams Casino, whatever. And I'm like, the bill came to like $1,500, Mark. It was ridiculous.
You know what was funny about that? We're sitting at the table, and everybody's got their food, and now Dr. Oz shows up, and you got a plate with like a big hunk of chicken cutlet parmesan with the cheese all over it, and a big pile of pasta. And Dr. Oz looks at you and goes, "Really? Really? Really?"
The funny thing about that story is, and Mark, you know this, when you're at like a comedy, say you're at a club like Caroline's or Gotham, right? Say you're with a civilian, you're with a friend, a civilian, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but I've done where you go, listen, somebody could walk in here tonight. If they do, don't embarrass me. You know, don't you know, if Seinfeld's here, don't walk up, I love this show, I'm such a big fan. Don't do that.
Right.
I've always given that speech to my friends if they come with me to, you know, a club in the city. So now we're at the Friars, and it's the night of my induction. I don't realize that I need to give that speech, but apparently I should have, because my best friend Mark Bunio, who to this day hates that I tell this story, what's his name was going around with the guitar, Uncle Julian.
Uncle Jimmy, yeah.
I'm blanking on his name.
Floyd?
Dominic Chasey.
Dominic Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese.
Dominic's going around playing to each table, doing Italian music. He's great. Dominic's great. So when he gets to our table, my buddy Mark gets up, and he had ripped his Achilles, my buddy. So he had a cast on. So he gets up, and Dominic thinks he wants to sing with him. And my buddy takes his camera and just tries to do a selfie with Dominic. And Dominic just puts the guitar down like, what the hell, man? And he looks at Jimmy, and Jimmy goes, "Pavilions, Dom, what are you going to do?" Well,
the first thing I wanted to do was like, hey, he's not with me, that guy.
So my buddy sits down, and Dominic walks away. And I'm looking at my buddy. I'm like, "Mark, man, you made me look bad." You know? And he goes, "I don't give a shit." And I look around, and now I'm the guy who brought the guy that tried to get the selfie. So a little while later, in walks Dr. Oz to surprise me. And he's giving me shit about the food. But meanwhile, he's running around to every table taking pictures. Do you remember that, Jimmy? He's taking pictures. Now I'm the guy who brought Dr. Oz. Suddenly I'm like the biggest name there. Like everybody's loving me.
Oh yeah, man. He was a lot of fun when he was there, man.
Yeah, and Larry, oh God, what's his name? The old guy.
It's the Friars Club. They're all old guys, man.
CNN. He had his own show forever. What's his name?
Larry King.
Larry King was the presenter, and he had just had some heart trouble. So he's talking to Oz about his heart, and Oz is sitting with me, and he's so funny because he's thinking it's Richie's night. So he keeps going, "Richie, get in on this. Richie, get in." And at one point I go, "Larry King doesn't care what I think about his heart, Doc."
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Larry, I have to give you the speech. Leave my celebrity friends alone.
But now
hey, real quick, Brian Flammer had a question. He wanted to know, how does this compare to the flu or a cold? Like, what would you compare it? How would you feel it compared to?
The breathing thing was just ridiculous. I mean, that's like nothing I've ever felt. But the other stuff, like did
it burn, or was it like a heavy weight? Or? You
know what? You just you're constantly wheezing. Like you're wheezing. You can't get air in. Yeah, you gasp. It's like gasping for air, man. You know, and it's like you're drowning almost. It's a horrible feeling, man. But like the body aches and the body pain, it's like the flu, but it's more intense. Like my neck and my shoulders were like killing me, and I was like, "What the hell is that, man?"
Really?
Now,
have you ever had respiratory problems before? Are you asthmatic or anything? Do you have asthma or?
I got asthma when I was 40 years old, so I've had it for almost 19 years already.
Okay.
But it's always manageable. It's never been a problem.
No,
you know, it's always been manageable. I have like an Advair thing. I breathe at it, like once a day, and I'm fine. So I was never like that, but that was part of it. That was absolutely part of it.
Interesting.
Man. So real quick, anybody who's paying attention, Joel is fielding questions on the on the chat. So we're chatting in here.
One came up here.
Whoa, look at this. That's
Teresa,
cool.
comedian Teresa Cannizzaro Farrell, who has her own podcast on Monday nights. And she wrote, "Did you lose your sense of smell or taste?"
It was hard to tell because the food is god awful at the hospital, man. So I didn't know if it was a taste. By the way, the food they gave me was ridiculous. Like catfish? Really? I want catfish? Who the hell's eating catfish, man?
Catfish?
Yes.
Oh.
I tell you, everything else was so bad that I didn't even notice about the taste and the smell, to be honest with you, man.
Catfish. The only catfish I had is the last date I was on.
You ever hear anybody say, "Hey, man, we got to go to that restaurant. They got the best catfish I've ever had"? Nobody says that, man.
No, but was there a point where you weren't eating at all and all that? Like you just couldn't?
Yeah, in the beginning, they would give me some food that was horrible, but then they give me like a fruit cocktail and like a little cheese and crackers thing. I was mostly eating that. I was mostly eating the cheese and crackers and the fruit,
And time must have been going so slow. Because you had no visitors. Nobody could go see you, right?
I had no visitors. The only people I saw were doctors and nurses, and they were all dressed in hazmat suits, man.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. My wife says to me, she goes, Was that the same doctor you had yesterday? I go, they all look the same to me. They're all wearing masks on, man.
They all look like the people who stole Elliot from E.T. from Elliot.
Yeah.
They're in the smooth suit.
I tell you what, I can tell you this. I'm in a room by myself, right? And yes, there's a big clock on the wall, which I wish wasn't there because you stare at it going, is that thing even working? It's the time just stands still. And I'm in this room by myself, and everything that comes in this room goes in the garbage. Like if I get a pitcher of water and I want another pitcher of water, they throw the pitcher out. When they come in with their hazmat suits, before they leave, they throw them in the garbage. It's like anything that enters this room is all of a sudden it's got the coronavirus on it, man. So it was very odd. I was like, man, I must have the cooties or something, bro.
Yeah, well, you did.
I did have it, yeah.
And
so Brian Flammer wants to know what meds they used on you. I think we talked about this, but just we'll read.
Yeah. Well,
for anybody just joining us,
just the cough suppressant, the hydrochloroquine. They had a bunch of other stuff. Stuff for my heart in case my heart gave out. I had EKGs every day. I had chest X-rays every day. They take blood twice a day. And every 6 hours they do my vital. So it's like that, man.
Wow.
And
And now, how do they feel now? Jimmy, what are they telling you?
They're telling me that once I get off of this thing, this is my Boca Raton necklace I got going on. Once I get out of the oxygen and my oxygen level has got to be around 96, 97. It's about 92, 93 now. So
okay.
Once it gets to that level, I think I'm good to go, man. They run a test. They'll run a test. Maybe they won't. I heard now that they won't even test me because they know that I don't have it. I know I don't have it. So why waste the test?
Trump announced today that we've now administered over 1 million tests. It's the most in any country.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. And I tell you what, another thing that Trump did was he got all the hospitals to waive the fee.
For the
copay.
Right.
to waive the copay, which is nice. My wife's got good insurance, but I figure 16, 17 days in a hospital, I'm guaranteed that's not cheap.
No, you're right, and that is great.
My copay may be $5,000. So if it is, it is. But now that he said you're going to waive it, I was like, thank God for that, man.
That's awesome. And here's the thing. You've suffered so much, and then you have to come on air with Richie and I. You think they would give you a break?
Well, I feel good because I look a lot better than Richie, I can tell you that.
Look, I know you got another big interview coming up here.
Yeah.
So we're going to let you off. Everybody, please, when you get off with us, tune in on NBC, the nightly news with Lester Holt, 6:45. You're going to see Big Balls Jimmy again.
Yeah, man.
He's going to be right there.
Jimmy,
with,
God bless you.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, and everybody out there, give blood, man.
And also, Jimmy, please feel free to contact us, Richie and I, if you're bored. I know you're in their hospital. You said the TV's not working. Call us. We'll have fun.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for being welcoming. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on, man. Miss you. Can't wait to see you at the club.
All right, guys. Thanks, man.
That was awesome, man. Richie.
Yeah.
How exciting is that? Should we bring Joel on? We'll wrap up here.
Yeah.
Joel, if you can pop back on, we'll do a little wrap up and say goodnight to everybody. Joel, thank you so much for fielding the questions. And I got to say, I think I'm speaking for everybody when today's show really stepped up. Nope, no sound.
We were over it a bunch of times. We hit over 80 listeners at once. You guys did a great job. Knocked it out of the park.
This was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much. And we should say that's Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.
Last call.
Thanks for listening to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.